Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to AML Films, and we out there. We out here in the middle of the struggle with good people who just down on their luck right now and experiencing hard times in life. And they sharing their story to educate the world, to let people know it's something that led them down this road, and they're human beings. They're not zombies or what society look at them as. I met a very nice lady while on my way down to Kensington. What's your name, dear?
Christina.
Nice to meet you, Christina.
It's nice to meet you.
Thank you. How old are you?
I'm 32.
Okay. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Delaware.
Yo, shout out Delaware, we out there. Tell us, what was it like for you growing up in Delaware?
I grew up in a pretty good lifestyle. Like, I wasn't abused, my parents were together. We didn't have much money or nothing like that, but we had enough to make it through. So a lot of people would judge me and say, like, you had it good as you were a child and this and that, so why are you even using? But everybody has their own reasons. So for me, I started getting high before I even knew what I was getting myself into. So my parents divorced when I was 18.
How many children were in your home besides you?
I had one brother originally, and when I turned 16, I ended up getting 3 younger brothers afterwards. So I'm the only girl, 1 older brother, 3 younger brothers.
Okay. What are some of your favorite childhood memories?
Some of my favorite childhood memories are like going to Lumps Pond with my dad, like doing some outdoor stuff and just hanging out with my friends and my brothers.
Nice. Okay, so let's go in school. Let's start with middle school. What type of student were you?
I was a good student throughout all of school, middle school, high school. I skipped 11th grade in high school. I completed high school in 3 years instead of 4. I got my high school diploma, and then I went back and got my GED on top of it because my older brother wanted to get his and I wanted to support him in getting his, so I went with him. And I got my GED also. And I just recently started college. I finished my first semester with honors and A+. So I'm going for psychology, a bachelor's in psychology in the study of human behavior.
Wow, amazing. See the type of people we got out here in the struggle? Smart people. While you were in school, what was some of your favorite subjects?
I loved art and math. I'm very good at math.
Shout out to our art lovers. The math, that ain't my thing, but God bless all you math people out there. Okay, so during your entire time in school and what you're going through right now, still trying to further your education, what can you say to the next generation about school?
Even if you don't like school or anything like that, or even if you're extremely smart or talented at doing some things, nowadays, like, it's all about having a piece of paper. So if you want to be able to get a good job or be able to make enough money to support your family, you have to go through school and you have to have that degree to be able to get that job, no matter how good you are at doing that job. Without the piece of paper now, you can't do anything.
Yeah, she's absolutely right. Either that or a trade, or you become a freelancer like Mal. Yeah, right? I hear that. What was your first job you had?
My first job, I worked in a casino. I worked at Delaware Park. I cashed out jackpots, and I really liked that job, actually. It was pretty fun.
And what happened?
It was right when the first economy dropped, and I got laid off, and I was in the union, so if they rehired within a year, they had to hire me back. I was like the highest person on the totem pole, so I was the first one to be hired back. So they waited 1 year and 1 week to call me back and wanted to hire me back at $6 less per hour, so I didn't take it back. I was really upset.
How long ago that was?
I think it was 2009.
Yeah. So what have you been doing since?
I mean, I've had a few different jobs. I'm kind of a jack of all trades. I've worked as a bartender. I bartended and managed a bar. I did concrete. I built bridges and roads. I really liked that job. That was a really good one. But then I got in a car accident and I couldn't get back and forth to the jobs. So, and then I worked at a shelter that helps homeless, clothes homeless, and feeds homeless. It's a nonprofit organization. It's Friendship House Clothing Bank.
Okay, that's what's up. Definitely got some work history, I see.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So tell me about your current situation.
Currently, I'm actually doing a little bit better than I have been doing in the past. Not too long ago, probably about 6 months ago, I was homeless. I was living in abandoned buildings, jumping back and forth from different places. But I've tried my hardest to get myself straight and to do what I need to do to be able to. Now I'm renting a room in an apartment, and I just recently started college, and I'm trying to get my life straight. But it's not easy when you have the background that we have. People look at you differently.
Yeah, absolutely, right?
Yeah.
Give people chances, guys. You know, we are not our past life, at least not all of us. Some of us do change, and some of us are good people. What does a typical day look like for you?
Right now, I'm currently unemployed because I got hit by a car in October. I had broke my collarbone and everything else. So right now my day consists of just waking up, and I do my schoolwork on my phone. I'm still struggling with addiction here and there, so I do still use. I go out and I do different things to make money to be able to buy the drugs that I use, and I try and do the best I can in getting myself clean.
So what was your first drug experience like?
I think the first drug I did was smoke weed, and I was so young. I think I was about 7 years old when I first smoked weed, so I don't even really remember it like that. And I've done a lot of drugs since, so it really does affect your memory. And I just know I was so young when I first started, like pretty much all my drugs. I was 8 years old with the first opiate I ever took, so I don't even recall really.
Got you. So, you know, out in the struggle and using drugs, have you found like it has affected your appearance, like your teeth or anything like that?
People do assume that my teeth were affected by the drugs, but this was actually caused by the car accident that I got into. But it has affected my appearance. I lose weight and stuff like that, and I don't think that my skin glows as much or I look as healthy, and I have seen people whose teeth have been affected by the drug use. And obviously if I wasn't getting high, I probably would have the money to afford to fix my teeth by now if I wasn't getting high. So I guess it does in a way affect it.
What about how much you used to weigh before?
I probably lost about 20 pounds, 20 or 30 pounds, but I'm not a heavy person to begin with, so 20 or 30 pounds can look like a lot.
How do your family feel about your situation?
My mom is scared to death that she's going to lose another child. My dad has pretty much gotten high his whole life too, so he's not happy with it because he's now currently clean, but he understands a little bit more.
So when you look at yourself now in the mirror, what do you see?
I see a survivor, somebody who's been through a lot of stuff that people who don't get high, if they were to go through those things, you know what I mean? I don't know if they would be able to make it through it.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah.
So in 24 hours, how much would you say you need to stay well?
Well, I've actually lowered my tolerance a significant amount within the past few months. 60 days ago or so, I would need to do 7 bags a day just to be well. And right now I've dropped down to just 1 1/3 bag per day because I'm trying extremely hard to get off of it. And I think right now is like, you gotta really be ready, and I think I'm ready, so.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
What all have you lost due to your addiction?
How much time do we have here? Like I've lost everything due to my addiction. Like people start getting high because they want to like numb some type of pain or something like that. They want to not feel something. But all getting high does is take away your job, take away your friends, your family, your respect, it takes away everything you have, and all you're left with in the end is that one thing you were trying to hide in the first place. That's all you have left.
So true.
Yeah.
So true. What's your experience with Kensington like?
Well, my experience with Kensington is a different world. It's its whole different world. Like, just this one trip today, I had a ton of money stolen from me. I had my phone stolen from me. The last time I came up, I had a man beat me up on the train trying to steal my bag. It's crazy. I've seen people shot and killed. We've seen somebody overdose and dead on the sidewalk last night, and just people just walking by. If we wouldn't have called or said nothing, they would have just left him there. So it's crazy up here. It's a whole different world.
Thank you for letting us know your perspective on that. What drugs are you currently struggling with?
I'm currently struggling with fentanyl and cocaine abuse.
And how were you introduced to fentanyl?
Well, like I said previously, I was in a car accident and I was put on prescription opiates, and then they were just over prescribing them, and then out of nowhere they stopped giving them to you and you were already addicted. So I went to heroin, and then you can't find heroin anymore, it's all fentanyl, and that's how I ended up where I am now.
Yeah, and that's the case with a lot of people. They start off with the prescription, and then it leads them down to the street, right? Mm-hmm. So what about cocaine?
I guess just throughout getting deep into the opiate addiction and hanging out with people who are also using, it kind of ends up going hand in hand in the end. I can't even really tell you how I ended up starting with that, but it just ended up getting thrown in there somewhere along the way.
Do you have any shame or guilt due to your drug use?
I have a lot of regret. I have a lot of, I do have shame, but only for some of the things that my drug use has led me to do to people that I love. Like it can change the way you think and your impulse control, and sometimes you really can do things that really aren't you to be able to get the means to get the drug that you need. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're right about that. So how do you get money to support your habit?
I mean, I know this is going online and everything, but I boost. I know it's nothing that's nice to say, but I go out and I boost stuff from stores and I sell it for half price.
You're not the only one.
Yeah.
So many people do that. Let me let you know, all right? Have you been arrested for doing that?
Yes, I have. I have spent a decent portion of my adult life in prison over boosting.
How many years would you say total?
About a total of 6.5 years.
Tell us about your experience incarcerated.
To me, it's not even like rehabilitation. It's more like human warehousing. They don't offer programs to try and help you with your drug problem. They don't do anything like that. They pretty much just lock you away in a tiny cell until the allotted amount of time is over and they let you go. And most of the time you're either more angry or more upset, or you're worse than you went in. And it becomes harder to get out, especially when you're due 2 years for misdemeanor shoplifting, and there's people out molesting children that get less time than that.
Right. So while you were incarcerated, was it like stick to my own kind of thing, or do you mingle with everyone?
I mainly stick to my own, because you never know in jail. People wear many masks, and they usually just either want something from you or want to manipulate you into doing something for them to be able, like, you don't meet friends in jail.
I hear that. How you protected yourself while you was there?
I really take no kind of bullshit. You know what I mean? I'm a little girl. People tend to target me, but I grew up with 4 brothers, and you know what I mean? I'm good at reading people, and I just don't allow you to take advantage of me. So nobody really messes with me because I don't allow it.
So you know, you got some bullies that's going to try to test you. Christina, you had any of those? You got any
I've been
fights?
in numerous fights in prison. I have, but when you spend a decent amount of time in prison, a lot of the people are the same people. So after the first year or so, you know what I mean, the people you're in jail with know who you are, and people stop trying to mess with you. So, but they definitely see who they can push and who they can't push when you first get there.
When you was incarcerated, do you have support from the outside world, from friends and family?
Here recently, I have, I haven't been incarcerated for about a year right now, but I was in jail for about a year and a half prior to that sentence, and I did 8 months right before that sentence. I had support from my mother and stuff because she's seen how much I was trying to change. And prior to that, I didn't get no support from my family because they said I did the crime, I need to do the time. So I guess my mom felt for me because the past 2 times that I was in jail, prior to that I was clean for 2 years, and my little brother had overdosed and died, and that's when I relapsed. So I know it's stupid, you know what I mean, because that's what just took him from me, but I was struggling with that, and she knew how hard I had tried prior to that.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. May your little brother's soul rest in peace. Do you want to say his name and something nice about him?
His name was Timothy Seibert, and he passed away at 26 years old, and the world just isn't the same without him.
Rest in peace, Timmy. See, your sister love you, and I know you shining your light down on her and protecting her out here. Hopefully she can get off these streets and, you know, have a normal life. We pray for her.
In jail, my favorite food was anything off of commissary, nothing from the state menu.
You didn't like the fried chicken that they served?
We didn't even have fried chicken they took that away. But no, I worked in the kitchen for quite a bit of time in the prison, and you get to see what the food really is and how it's prepared and everything like that, and that definitely curb your appetite for it.
How much they pay you while you was working in the kitchen?
I started out at 13 cents an hour, and at the end, with all my raises, almost 2 years later, I was making 24 cents per hour.
Wow, that's crazy. So, do you believe in the death penalty? What's your take on the death penalty?
I do believe in the death penalty, but only for certain charges. I do believe that people who harm children and or kill children and stuff like that in certain situations, like children are helpless, and not necessarily everybody who kills somebody, but like certain situations, I do believe that certain people just shouldn't be let go.
Yeah. So what was the first thing you did when you got released?
Smoke a cigarette, always. Smoke a cigarette and spend time with my family.
Nice. Awesome. So all your hard times that you have experienced in life, all the lessons that life has taught you, what message, what advice can you pass to the next generation?
Just to never give up. No matter how hard things get, they could always get better. And that you have to believe in yourself, and you can't let these drugs or the people or the experience stop you from being who it is that you need to be. Like, things get tough and you go through a lot of shit, you really do, but in the end you really can be whoever you want to be, and you could do whoever you want to you could do whatever you want to do. Like, as drug addicts, we put so much time and effort, and we're such smart people and such dedicated people to be able to get all the money we get every single day, to get all the drugs that we get every single day. If we were to put just half of that energy into doing something productive, we'd be super successful people. You just gotta direct your energy in a different manner and figure out what it was causing you to get high in the first place, and try and fix those issues.
Have you OD'd before?
Knock on wood, I have not OD'd, but like I said, my little brother OD'd and died. I've had my older brother overdose in front of me and I saved his life not even a month after my little brother. I've had my baby's father overdose on me about 10, 12 times and I brought him back. Thank God I'm AD and CPR certified. I carry Narcan with me everywhere and I feel that I'm super lucky I have it because it's like playing Russian roulette with your life every time you do it.
How many kids do you have?
I have one kid, and he's 1 year old now, 1 year and 2 months. So it's my very first kid, and he's changing my life.
Do you stay in touch with your family?
Yes, I do.
Oh, that's good. So let's get off topic and we done, all right? What are some things you love most about yourself?
I love that I'm an extremely non-judgmental person. I'm extremely empathetic, and I feel that I could put myself in other shoes and realize why they do the things that they do and what's going on in their life, and I treat everybody the way that I want to be treated, whether or not they treat me back the same way, because if they treat me back badly, it doesn't mean I have to be like them, and I can still treat them the way that I want to be treated.
Beautiful.
I'm proud of that.
Beautiful. Yeah. Christina, what are some of your favorite foods?
I'm Italian, I love all different foods. So, I love, I don't even know where to start, lasagna, Alfredo, I love pulled pork, I love sweets, I love desserts, I don't know, I can't even, I love everything. I love food.
When was the last time you had some of those delicious food you just named?
I had like 4 donuts yesterday morning that I went into. We had a Philly cheesesteak this morning, so when we come up to Philly, we try and get the cheesesteaks. Those are really good. I had some water ice today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you have a favorite band or artist you listen to?
I like 21 Pilots. I really like them. I named my son after them. My son's name's Nico, and they have a son called Nico and the Niners. So.
Okay. When was the last time you played some of your favorite songs?
Oh, I play music every day, every single day.
What are some of your favorite cartoons?
I like Looney Tunes, as you can see. I got the Looney Tunes on. I like all the old school cartoons like Rugrats and Looney Tunes and stuff like that. I like Roadrunner.
When was the last time you saw some of those cartoons?
It's been a while since I saw some of the cartoons. I haven't got a TV yet or nothing like that. I'm just like in the apartment. It's pretty empty other than, you know what I mean, I sleep on a couch in there and I got a little table and I've yet to get a TV or anything like that.
We got the ghetto bird flying by. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Virgo.
Yo, shout out to all the Virgos. Show your sign some love. Virgos, we out there. Do you have a spiritual or religious belief?
I do. I believe in God, and I am Baptist, and I know if it weren't for him, I probably wouldn't have made it this far. So.
Where do you believe you'll go when you die?
I believe that even though I've done some messed up things, I'm truthfully regretful and sorry for some of the things I've done in my past. And as long as I stay on the path that I'm on right now, I believe that I could be forgiven.
Absolutely. What are you grateful for today?
I'm grateful to be alive. And I'm grateful for another chance at life. And I'm grateful that I wake up every morning. And you know what I mean? Because there's some people out here that don't.
Yep. And when you was a little kid, what do you want to become when you grow up?
When I was a little kid, I wanted to become a psychiatrist. And I just started college for psychology, so hopefully I could fulfill that.
If you could be any animal, what animal would you be?
I'd probably want to be a horse.
Why?
Because they just seem so free and like free-spirited and I don't know.
Nice. What's your favorite season of the year?
I like spring.
Why?
Because like all the flowers are blooming and it goes from being cold to warm. It's just like new life.
Beautiful. Are you currently in a relationship?
I am not. I'm not technically in a relationship. I'm still extremely close with my baby's father, and we still hang out every day. But we're in different different phases of our rehabilitation, so sometimes it's impossible to do it together.
So what do you look for in a partner?
I look for love. I just look for somebody who you could completely be 100% yourself with, and who just loves you for you.
I'm sorry, 2 more questions and that's it, all right? What are your short-term goals?
My short-term goals are to continue to lower my tolerance on drugs and to just continue to go to school every day.
And this last one will be, what's that noise?
The train.
Oh, there's train coming. Oh, it's loud as hell. You should hold the mic real quick, because it's so loud I can't even hear it. All right, we're gonna knock out this last question, all right? If you had 3 wishes in this world, what would your 3 wishes be?
I'd wish that my son would never get into drugs. I'd wish that me and my son's father could get successfully off of drugs, and I wish that all 3 of us can live a long, happy life.
Beautiful. So there, we ending it off now. There are a lot of people in this world who judge people who are struggling with addiction. What's your message to the world?
That we're all the same. Everybody is the same, and people deal with different struggles, but one struggle is exactly the same as another struggle. The only difference is how hard it affects your life.
Beautiful. There you have it from the lovely lady Christine. I want to tell her thank you so much for her time and for educating the world, and hopefully her story can help save some people's lives, and hopefully you guys can, give her all the encouragement and push that she needs to go forward and, get back into her son's life and live a normal life, because she deserved that. And drop all the positive comments you have for her. Is there anything you're in need of we can help you with?
Right now, I think that I'm actually doing a little bit better than I have been doing, and there's probably people out there who need something better than me.
Okay, beautiful. So guys, remember, don't be bitter, be better. Until next time, we out there. Peace out.